The architecture of the silent adjuster. Have you ever noticed that in a room full of chaos, you are the one who becomes the most still? When a plan falls apart or a conflict erupts, you are the first to say it's fine, even when it's clearly not. You have a habit of folding yourself into the corners of a situation, shrinking your own needs and quietening your own voice, just to make sure there is enough space for everyone else to be comfortable. Welcome. You've just entered the Aperture of Mind. I'm glad you're here. Chapter 1. The Invisible Shock Absorber. Think back to the last time a situation became uncomfortable. Perhaps a friend was complaining, or a partner was stressed, or a co-worker was failing to do their part. Your immediate reaction was likely not anger. It was a calculation. You asked yourself, how can I fix this so they don't have to suffer? You adjusted your schedule, you changed your tone of voice, and you took on the extra work. In psychology, this is known as social monitoring. But you have taken it to an extreme level. You have become a human shock absorber. Imagine a car driving over a jagged road. The passengers feel nothing because the suspension is taking the entire hit. You are that suspension. You have spent years absorbing the bumps and the holes in the lives of others, making the ride smooth for everyone else, while your own frame is slowly bending under the pressure. You do this because you have a high level of affective empathy. You feel their pain as if it were your own, and because you know how much it hurts, you have decided that you will be the one to carry it. Chapter 2. The Childhood Blueprint. No one is born as a silent adjuster. This mindset is a survival strategy learned in the quiet corners of your past. Often this begins in a home, where the emotions of the adults were unpredictable or overwhelming. As a child, you learned that if you were loud or if you had needs of your own, the situation would get worse. So you learned to be the good one, the one who didn't cause trouble, the one who could handle themselves. You realized that your safety or the peace of your home depended on your ability to monitor the moods of those around you. You began to believe that your value was tied to your ability to keep things calm. If everyone was happy, it was because of you. If someone was upset, it was because you hadn't adjusted enough. This is a heavy crown for a child to wear. And most people never take it off. They simply carry it into their adult relationships and their careers, until they forget that they ever had the right to be a passenger instead of the driver. Chapter 3. The Neurological Cost. The brain is a remarkably efficient machine, but it has a limited supply of cognitive load. Every time you suppress your own reaction to make room for someone else's, you are using up a massive amount of mental energy. When you are in a bad situation, and you decide to keep it to yourself, you are forcing your brain to do two things at once. You are experiencing the trauma of the situation, while simultaneously running a sophisticated program to hide that trauma from the world. This is what leads to the unexplained exhaustion you feel at the end of the day. It isn't just physical tiredness. It is a soul-deep fatigue that comes from living behind a mask. Your nervous system stays in a state of high alert because you are constantly scanning the environment for the next person who might need you to adjust. Over time, this leads to emotional numbness. Because you have spent so much time dampening your negative emotions, you accidentally dampen your positive ones too. You become a ghost in your own life, watching your days pass through a glass wall. Chapter 4. The Denial of Love. We tell ourselves that we hide our struggles because we love people. We say, I don't want to burden them, or they have enough on their plate. But if we look closer, this is actually a form of control. By holding back your truth, you are deciding for the other person what they can and cannot handle. You are not giving them the chance to be strong for you. Vulnerability is the only bridge to true intimacy. When you only show people the adjusted version of yourself, you are only letting them love a mask. They don't love you, they love the convenience you provide. And deep down you know this, which is why you feel so lonely even when you are surrounded by people. You feel that if you ever stopped adjusting, they would leave. But the people who truly belong in your life are not there for the cushion you provide. They are there for the person sitting on it. Chapter 5. How to Stop Adjusting. Breaking a lifelong habit of silence is not something that happens overnight. It begins with a single micro-truth. The next time someone asks you where you want to eat or how you feel about a plan, don't say whatever you want. Say what you actually want. Even if it's small. You need to prove to your nervous system that the world won't end if you have an opinion. You need to realize that you are not responsible for the emotional climate of other adults. If they are having a bad day, that is their journey to walk. You can hold their hand, but you don't have to carry their pack. The aperture of the mind opens when you realize that you are allowed to be a difficult human being. You are allowed to have needs that are inconvenient. You are allowed to let it rain on other people sometimes, because that is how they grow. Stop being the shock absorber and start being the driver. The road might be bumpier, but at least you will finally be the one deciding where you are going. If this perspective resonated with you, it's a sign that you're ready to stop adjusting and start existing. To support this journey of self-discovery, consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us keep these windows into the mind open for everyone. If you know a silent adjuster who needs to hear this today, please share it with them. Your voice matters more than you know. Until next time, stay curious and take care of the person behind the mask.